What's going on, everybody? Man, y'all always catch me in the middle of a laugh. What's going on? It's the guy, Seak, Parris, man. You can follow me at 12vegoneapparel. Welcome to another episode of Squad Creative Podcast, man. You know we always bring the dopest guest out. But before we get to her, man, I'm going to let my guy introduce himself.
Miketees, the second half of Squad Creative Podcast. You can follow me at Miketees on all social media platforms. And today we have a special guest, Crafts of a Different Shade. Could you please?
Hey, boo. Hey, y'all. Alicia, Crafts of a Different Shade. You may be looking for me because it seems somebody on this podcast was under Crafts of a Different Shade on Instagram. But right now, I have changed my name to Alicia Does the Most. If you've been following me for the last 7 years, it'll be 7 years in September since we started this fun journey with Crafts of a Different Shade. You should know that's what I go by, but you should also know that I do the most. So I changed my name to Alicia Does the Most just to see if I could embrace something new. But the Facebook group still remains for those 7 years as Crafts of a Different Shade. The YouTube page is still Crafts of a Different Shade. And I'm excited to be on here, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming. So you kind of gave a little briefness, but just
a little brief.
What you do, what you are, who
you are.
Yeah,
I didn't tell you anything of what I do. So that was very brief. But what I do is everything. I do the most, really and truly. So when people say, like, what does Crafts of a Different Shade do? What does Alicia do? What's your craft? There is not one craft. Like, for y'all, you know, you may do t-shirts. I do t-shirts. I teach. I do party favors. I started this out doing party favors. I didn't know what the heck an HTV was. I didn't know what a Cricut was. I just knew that I wanted to get together and do craft stuff with my friends that looked like me, and I needed to find them. I hunted them down in the Cricut group. I hunted them down in other craft groups and pulled together a Facebook group. I didn't even have a Cricut at the time when I started my journey, and I'm in there trying to Google and learn and teach people how to use a Cricut. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. Like, I'm a resource. You know, I love to teach people. I love to help people. That's what started the Facebook group. But really, my motto is I just want to do craft stuff with my friends. And I really stick beside that because it's hard to find friends that you could do fun stuff with and also that are about your business, right? And like have your best interest in mind. And so when I do craft stuff with my friends, it's like crafts and shit. We don't just do crafts. Like, we do the and shit part. That's the fun part. Like, we get to talk, we get to twerk, we get to laugh, we get to eat, we get to, you know, sing, we get to make jokes, we get to make memories, we have inside jokes, you know what I'm saying? We travel together, we do whatever is necessary in that room, we have therapy, we love on one another, you know, and I bring together women, I bring together people, I bring together crafters of all different types who really just keep that same energy, because it's very important for me to have a peaceful environment. It's very important for me to make you realize that you can craft without drama. Like, you can craft and have a good time. You can make friends. You never know who's going to be in the room with you. And you never know, like, what I'm going to learn from you, what you're going to teach me, what I'm going to teach you. So it's just really, for me, the community is the baseline, the foundation of everything. And I don't know it all, but if I can figure something out, I'm definitely going to lend you that. And hopefully you can. I've learned so much from the people in my community. Like, it's ridiculous over the last 7 years. Now I know what HTV is, you know, now I've had Crickets, now I've had silhouettes, now I've had a Glow Force, now I've had everything. So I can say that, you know, there's still more to come, but I love the connections. I love the community. I love the friendship. And I don't love the craft. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, people, they like, if you talk to some people, they're like, I eat, street, dream and stuff. I love crafting. No, I love people. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I don't care what we're doing, but it just so happened that fact that we're crafting, like, that's what's bringing us together, you know? So I really love that. I value it. And it's very, 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 very important to me. There's been some ups and some downs. Everybody's going to have that. But through it all, like, it still remains the baseline as a foundation, as a community, and the love there.
So as having that you just broke it down, you're very ambitious. First of all, you started a class without even having the
I started a Facebook group without even knowing what a Cricut was. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Well, I'll say I knew what it was because I was in the group, but I didn't like have one. You know, I didn't know really like the power of this machine and what it could do and like what it can open up for you. I didn't know that at that time.
Wow.
Right.
So you like fellowship more than you like crafts. You like
yes. It's the fellowship for me. It's the fellowship for me. So when I like on last week we had a crafts and shit in person. That's another thing. Like we like to do crafts and shit, you know. So if it's like that was my first one in person. I usually hold these over Zoom, and they're a little inconsistent, but I like to have them over Zoom. And it's just something where you bring a project, we just sit on Zoom and we just sit there key and laugh and do something together. Everybody do something different. You might end up doing the same project. You know, you might teach somebody something. You just don't know how it's going to go. But this kind of started during COVID. And it's a fellowship for me, really and truly it is. Because I can sit on there and never touch a craft and just key and laugh with everybody, you know. But also what that does for me is it's a synergy, right? Like I probably would not craft if I didn't have this community. Because I can sit still and watch Supermarket Sweep all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like I can like a whole person, like I can watch game shows all day long and be content. Like I can go for a walk. You know, I can do old people stuff and I'm straight, right? I can do a little puzzle. But when I get in the synergy of others and like the company of people, like this weekend, I was like, y'all don't want to go craft? Y'all don't want to go craft? And they're like, what's wrong with you? Like, I'm like, no, like this is when I love to do. And they were joking me. I was like, y'all don't want to go like sit at the library, go sit in a hotel and just bust out some crafts. And they was like, we don't have a hotel room. I said, it doesn't matter. Like, let's just go craft. And they're like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So for me, it's the community. Seriously, if there was not one or two people saying to me like, hey, Alicia, like, do you want to make this or how do I make this? Even if it's just one person, I'd be like, you know, nobody needs me or I don't need them, you know? So it would just kind of be me sitting by, twiddling my thumbs and getting rid of my craft stuff all over again.
Period.
Yep.
So I want to say, I owe you an apology. Because look, you, I said, where the energy? You brought it. Appreciate you. First off,
yeah.
You know, I said, goodness, she got to hear a camera came on. She became a duck in water around here. Appreciate that, sis. But no, real talk. Like, I love your energy. I love the whole. The fact of the community, like that's very important. Without community, who the hell are we? You know?
Nothing. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's nothing. I mean, you know, I'm not a big salesperson, you know, but like I'm leaning into that a little bit more now. You know, I've always just been this resource, right? And it's free game. Like it's just the fun, the fellowship, the community. And without my community, like there would be no Crafts of a Different Shade, literally. Like there literally would be no Crafts of a Different Shade because I would have no Facebook group. You know what I'm saying? I would have nobody calling me and saying, where you at when I disappear? I would have nobody saying, oh my God, you're back. You know what I'm saying? I would have nobody saying, yo, what do you think of this? We should try this together. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have people on a cruise ship stopping me and say, I saw your son. I was wondering if you were on a ship. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, that's a relationship that you built with people. You know what I'm saying? That's people looking for you. That's a community. That's not me shipping a t-shirt to you and you just saw my ad on Facebook or something, you know, and no problem with that because get money. Like that's how you get money, right? So there's different levels of that. Like there's the community, there's the brand, there's the business, all of it that needs to work together. But when you build relationship, when you drop shipping that shirt and they looking like, oh, I ain't seen you drop another shirt. Where you at? You got any more? Like they looking for you at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like, even if you're selling stuff, people build whole communities around Nike drops or, you know, their t-shirt drops and, you know, whatever the case may be. So that's crucially important when you want to have something that's sustainable to me, because that's a foundation of everything, right? I think where I messed up was in the beginning, you need to learn how to have the community and a business running together.
Right.
And if you're going to do community, you got to think like community organizations are nonprofits for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're helping people, they're assisting, they're not really making a lot of money. So if that's going to be it, that needs to be your business focus. So there may need to be a pivot for myself as well to making this more of a nonprofit type situation so that I can do more community-based efforts, because that's really the soul of my, like the basis of my heart, so that I can help more people. And like, there's so much potential for crafters if they know the resources, if they have the skill, like they don't even need the skills and talent. Like if they just have the resources and the knowledge to build up the skills and talent to get where they need to go, you know? So, that's what community means to me, and what I would like to do over the next couple of years with this business or brand.
I feel it. Before we move on, let's shout out a couple of these people out here. Connie Hart, what's going on? I ain't seen you since Scooby-Doo was a pup. What's happening? Sonia Singler, how you doing? I'm doing great myself. It's been a while. PM St. Louis, what's going on? Lizzie C says, at Alicia Desiree.
Hey boo.
Who else is out here? T-Town T-shirts, what's going on?
I'm gonna see it.
That's everybody that's coming. Dang, where my folks at? Hey, what's going on, everybody? But
so I can't see the comments because I'm on this iPhone, y'all. But hey boo, hey y'all.
So let's talk about like how you get into the craft world before all this.
It's really crazy. You know, I think everybody has, I don't know about y'all because y'all t-shirts, but everybody has that like starting place, apparel, you know, and shirts. But everybody has this like first thing that they do, and it's tumblers when they get their Cricut, right? Everybody want to make a tumbler. They want to put a name on a tumbler. They want to make tumblers, right? And my friend was getting married, and she was having a bachelorette, and they were like, my friend sent me this picture. And she's like, we could do tumblers for her. And I'm not a crafty person. I don't know why she sent this to me of all people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never made a craft. I don't know. I guess because I was going to help her, you know? And she was like, we could make these. And I was like, bet. Let me find out how those are made, though, because I think we were going to buy them. Mm-hmm. So as I went to Etsy and I looked at all these tumblers, I was like, how are these people making this? And like, that's the way I think every time. It's like, yo, like, how is that made? Because it's got to be a way that's made and somebody making money off of that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, wait a minute, these people making buku money off these tumblers. What is this? And so I was like, a Cricut. You know, Pinterest used to tell you everything back in the day. So I was like, a Cricut. So I go to my job, and I had a coworker. She was very creative. She was like our graphics person. No, she actually did like UI, UX, and like tech work, but she's very creative. She does graphic design, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, hey, do you have a Cricut? And she was like, it's crazy. My aunt just sent me one because her aunt was a crafter. You know, everybody got auntie that like to craft, right? So I'm that auntie, okay? And so she was like, my aunt just sent me one. It's in the basement. And I was like, say less. I'm coming over on Saturday. And I went over there, and we made these janky tumblers. I think we were using Cricut vinyl. You know, like I said, I didn't have a Cricut, but I also had gotten another coworker. She added me to the Cricut, like official Cricut group. This was back before it was run by Cricut. And I'm like seeing all these projects. And so this is why I started the group. I'm like seeing all these projects. And this was a time like Trump was about to get elected. So it's been some time now, you know. This was 2016. What year is this? In 2016. So I'm like looking, and I'm like, dang, they were removing a lot of like the Obama stuff, or like anything that said like Black Girl Magic, or anything that was like, you know, this stuff, anything like that. They were taking it out of the group. And I was like, yo, this is like very one-sided. And so I was like, y'all don't see this? And so I just started messaging people. I was like, I didn't know y'all. I had no idea it was like a whole underground world for Facebook groups back in the day. Like, Facebook groups now are very popular, but back then it was like this hidden secret because, you know, everybody was like, they were like nasty groups or something crazy people would be in, or like, you know, like chat groups and stuff. And then there was like this Cricut group. And I was like, okay, what's a Facebook group? I don't know. What's a Cricut? I don't know, but let me figure it out. So I just started this Facebook group, and I was like messaging people. And well, actually, that's not what happened. God said, you need to start a Facebook group. And I said, no, you playing with me right now. If you want me to start it, you need to tell me the name. And so I went to sleep, and God said, crafts of a different shade. I said, dang, now I got to start the daggone group. Because when God said you do something, you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't, and if I told him I wasn't going to do it, but I tell to it. So now I got to start this group. So I started the group, and I just started messaging people like, hey, I got this group for us. Let's come over here. You can share your craft. Don't worry about being deleted. And ladies just started pouring in, and we would share our craft. I didn't have a Cricut, but if somebody had a question, I'd be like, "Nah, you need to go get a mat, and you need to go get some vinyl." And then they wanted to do chip bags, and I was like, "I'm gonna figure out these chip bags," and it just kept growing because I instilled a habit that we are going to help each other. We're going to love on one another. You know what I'm saying? We don't do no drama. And it just grew from there. Yeah.
How big is the Facebook group?
So I say it grew. And I mean, some people say, wow, but I feel like it should be larger. I've made some mistakes over the years, but it has 34,000 people in there.
34,000.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's nice though. Good
Yeah.
number.
It is a good number, and it's mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can say like it's mine, but I have helped people help me like admin and stuff over the years, which has helped grow it. I've had people contribute as far as doing lives and just different things, you know, over the years. And it's something that I really feel a pull to get back to because it has really been ignored probably over like the last 2 years due to some very like rapid growth in other areas, you know. So I'm one person, I can't focus my energy everywhere, and it's difficult when like I need help and support, the right kind of help and support. You know what I'm saying? Because like I told y'all earlier, like I do the most. I'm this huge visionary. You know, I have these grandiose ideas, but it's like, okay, scale it back, think it through, take it step by step, really figure out to execute, and also figure out like how to prioritize the most appropriate things.
Period. So for the regular, I do more crafts than I do t-shirts.
Okay.
I do a lot of
like I literally just ordered a mug press today.
Love a good mug press. And I used to do mugs. Like I've been subbing for like 6 years. So yeah, like sublimation has been my jam. I used to drop ship mugs for people. Like if you didn't say it, I probably have done it at this point. Yeah.
What's your go-to press?
My go-to press, so I right now have an HTV Ron. I'm not one of y'all like with the big presses and all of that. I've always operated out of a room in my home. But if you ask me, I think the HTV Ron is cool, but I like a good press that can go a lot longer. And so I'm also a clamshell. I'm a clamshell kind of girl. I'm a clamshell lady. You can get me with that $200 clamshell off of Amazon, and I'm gonna bust out some stuff for all day long and be straight. You know, a good 15, a good 12 by 15. We're gonna make it work. And so those, I'm not a person that's gonna tell you need to go buy 20 by 24 unless like you really booming. Like that's when you need to get there, but you need to start where you're at. I'm always a proponent of starting where you're at and using what you have, you know. And I was gifted that HTV Ron, so that's one of the reasons that I use it in all transparency. I have I when I first started mug pressing, I had a Heat Press Nation mug press, like a 7-in-1. I loved that thing. I didn't like all the time you had to switch out the attachments. Now they've really changed stuff around a lot, but I do have one upstairs that I need to open that was also gifted to me, the PYD Life mug press. And so I have used a lot of things. I just need to get to it. You know, I'm pulled in a lot of different directions, and when I'm not, I'm watching Supermarket Sweep. So yeah.
So you said you gifted. That's funny. I get a TV person too. But so you said the HTV Run, you were gifted that from HTV Run?
Yes.
So TV Run, I keep saying this, y'all. Holla at the Squad Creative Podcast.
Absolutely. And I'll let them know. I mean, one of the things I just encourage everybody to do, you know, people always ask, how do you get free stuff? How do you do this? Like my free stuff has dwindled. You want to know why? Because I don't show up as much as I used to. You know what I'm saying? If you continue to show up, you be consistent. Like people have no choice but to take notice of you. Like Mike, I saw you were with you were at the Heat Press thing, or like where were you at? Yeah, exactly. Like to be, you know, you were in the know of that. You know, I don't know how that transpired, but just to be in the know of things happening, you know what I'm saying? To be in the space of it, like that's from consistency. That's from showing up. That's from being in the business. That's from being and doing things. So if somebody is ever like, well, how do I get free stuff? Like I can't go to your page and see you never posted. You know what I'm saying? I can't go to your page and see that you like, we don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta stay in people's faces. You have to stay in people's faces, and you have to also make sure that you build that synergy around you in that community. And that's what y'all are doing with this podcast. That's what y'all are doing with everything that you do. We're reaching out to people and talking to one another and within the community. And brands take note of that stuff. They really do. Like, no man is an island. I wish we could be, but it's not. That's not realistic. And we need to support one another.
Alicia, every time you speak, you drop gems and you add extra info in there in between. I greatly appreciate that. But to get in the rooms with these people, these companies that all are out here that's looking at us crafters and who's doing the most, I mean, like you said, consistency being one, and then two, showing up. A lot of times these events is on the other side of the country, so you just can't show up. But the ones that's close to you, if you are able to go and attend, networking is very powerful. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to hop in there.
It is.
Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
Special. Anybody can do that.
Now I'm gonna say not anybody can network because it is hard. I'll tell you, like, you gotta know how to talk to people. You gotta know how to work a room, and I can work a room, but I still hate the network because I like to have fun, right? Like, I'm not like, oh my god, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, girl, what up? You know what I'm saying, girl? You crazy, girl? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna be so loud, but I like to laugh genuinely. You know what I'm saying? I can't fake the funk in the room. So, like, to me, you do need to network. Like, you do need to show up. They have so many different what's them trade shows, conferences that go on around the country that you can get to. They have so many different summits that you can be a part of, even like a conference that you might have to pay for but it's worth the investment. It really is, and maybe set aside some money every year for doing that. Because like I said, even if you just came to Craftsmanship last weekend, you don't know who's in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you're going to walk away and win. You don't know who you're going to talk to. You don't know who you're going to sit next to. Next thing you know, I hear two people in the room planning a cruise together, like a craft cruise. What is going on? Hold on. Wait a minute. Not at my event. How y'all planning a cruise without me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like this, but that's what happens, and like, that brings me so much joy because y'all may never have talked offline. You may have never even known the other person existed online. Next thing you know, you sit next to someone who out there pressing mugs, and you like, dang, like, I need to, 100 mugs for my conference, or just like, we need to get together and teach the people mugs. You just don't know how things are going to transpire for yourself. So get out of your shell. Remember, things still happen offline, y'all. Things still happen offline.
They really do, though, period.
Yeah.
I gotta address this comment right here. That's my cousin. What's up, cousin? But he's 30 days older than me. And so I'm Lil Cuz. He's like half my size, and he's 30 days older than me. I just call him. That's my late welfare check cousin right there.
That's how you do it. Yeah.
Shout out to all the new people that's out in the crowd. We do this every week, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Come tap in with us from the bedroom to the boardroom.
Awesome. And y'all's consistency is inspiring. That's inspiring for me, so thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. Let the people know. Stay in their face. Keep that foot on their neck, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Apply pressure. All gas, because there's this thing that's just, I guess I feel like talking about it, like how you said, staying consistent. There's a selling rule where people need to see something 7 times before they buy it. And so if y'all think about, like, in this day and age, how fast stuff goes, how much stuff is thrown at us on our phone, and like, you'll be going to check out something, you don't forgot by the time you click the link what it was you were going to do, right? So you have to keep stuff in people's faces 7 times before they really commit and buy something. So shout out to everybody that recently came to the event, that has bought a box, that has put up with me throwing stuff in your face, because I hate selling, but it's a necessary evil, because we need to eat. You gotta eat. You gotta make money. It's a business at the end of the day. So you can have fun, we can kiki, but we also need to, everybody wants to make money. Like, that's the point of it. Because if not, I don't know how these lights gonna stay on, y'all. I just don't.
Telling the truth.
Yeah. So 7 times. Just keep that in mind when you feel like somebody's sick of you. Either they gonna mute you, unfollow you, or they gonna give in.
Wow. Great advice right there. I'm quick to give up because I get bored with stuff so quick, so fast.
Me too. We might be the same person, for real. Because I be like, y'all don't want to see this no more, because I don't want to see it no more. You know what I'm
saying? Because some people still ain't got the chance to see it the first time. So
yeah, I be like, I'm tired of seeing, and I just want to also encourage you, like, there might be something you think that you want to create, and you be like, oh, everybody already seen that. People haven't seen it from you, you know, and also like those Stanley tumbler toppers. I don't know if y'all have seen them, but they're like the little acrylic toppers that people are put on their Stanley cup. Somebody had put it on my timeline. I was like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing. Like, I'm thinking this girl done came up with this idea. You feel me? And like, I should know better. I've been crafting for 7 years. Ain't nothing new under the sun. It's all the SVG. Somebody done got off AC or something, right? I'm like, oh my God, I don't even have a Stanley tumbler. I have no desire to own one of these things. And now I'm seeing them everywhere. And she probably was not the first person on my timeline to drop that, you know, or she might have seen it somewhere else. But because for me, it was the first time I saw it. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be something new. You put something out. It's going to be new to somebody, and it's going to excite somebody. So just drop it. I don't care. Like it, drop it. It's nothing new under the sun. Drop it.
Period. I'm biased. See what's going on, Rachel. Appreciate you.
Hello. Salute.
Yeah, that. Go ahead, bro.
You have boxes for sale?
I sold them out. Yeah. So what I think I'm going to start doing now is I really have a good time doing like craftsmanship where we just craft together. But if we have like one project that's the same, that we could do a craft along, and then maybe after that we can kind of move into, because that's what we did on Saturday. We did 2 projects together, and during the rest of the 7 hours, it was like 8 hours, honestly, you could do whatever you wanted to do. So you're not going to have that much time on the Zoom together, but you get like a swag box, you get stuff in the box, you know, it was a t-shirt, a tote bag, stuff for 2 projects, and also some goodies from from brands that have donated things. So we might get rid of the brands that have donated things just because sponsorship is a whole other task that I don't know that I'm going to take on right now, but there would definitely still be really good goodies in the box and projects that we could do together. And just have fun, you know, on Zoom, because like I said, for me, it's the synergy, like it's the fellowship, it's being around one another. And we all sitting at home, people crafting, people, you know, they miss connection. I know I do, but if that's not like, and it's funny because so many crafters are introverts, but they're introverts who need people, if that makes sense, because like we all need somebody, but like they're introverts who want to meet other introverts and just sit and craft together. They don't need to like have deep conversation. They don't want to go out party and drop it low or do all that other stuff. They just want to like find craft people who want to sit there and bling and talk bling all day long. And it's like, y'all really gonna talk about this all day? And they are. They sure will. And they love it. They love it. I love it. I'll be like, so what are y'all talking about? The same thing? Yep. Okay, cool. Cool me in. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's a huge joy for me to see that, because it's hard when you don't know where to find those people. And you're an introvert, so you're not going to just like, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm just curious, how many hours a week you put into crafting?
Oh, that's a good question. So I do work full time. This is not my job. Sometimes it is my job. Sometimes it's not. Right now, it's not my job. I do have a full-time job. I try to dedicate at least 3 hours a day to the business. Like that's my promise to myself, that I'll do 3 hours a day, because I feel like if you do 3 hours a day of something, you've done at least 12 hours like through the week. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So I'd say like 20 hours, you know, because I count, but it's not like actually like physically crafting and making something. That's me responding to emails. That's me responding in the group. That's me scrolling on Instagram and engaging. That's me making content. I probably make about 1 to 2 projects a week if I'm really on, because it is labor intensive to do projects. You know, you got to set up, you got to record, you got to make the content. Like I'll have a video that's maybe like 30 minutes long that I need to edit down to 7 seconds. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Yeah. Yeah.
People don't get that part though. They think the content part is easy, but it's really not. It's really not.
That's the hard part. The easy part would be for me to just sit here and like glue paper together all day long. You know, honestly, it would, because I wouldn't have to record it. I wouldn't have to worry if I made a mistake. I wouldn't have to edit it down. I wouldn't have to put a voiceover. I wouldn't have to go find music. I wouldn't have to adjust the lighting. I wouldn't have to make sure the setup is perfect before I even start filming. You know what I'm saying? So that is the easy part, is the craft part. That's the fun part. That's the enjoyable part. And I get a lot of ideas, but like I said, they're really kind of crazy sometimes. So the execution isn't always there. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm looking down. I'm just like looking at your page, just looking at
no worries
that you do. But like you, like you say, you do the most. You do a lot.
I do a lot. I do everything.
I see paper crafts. I see everything on here. Like, talk about your creative process. How are you getting the? Where's your inspiration coming from?
I always say it's the creative spirit. Like, if it hit me, I gotta move. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing where I'm sitting around. Like, sometimes I'll be asleep and something will hit me at 4:00 in the morning and I'm waking up like drawing something out. You know, I'm like, ooh, do you think this is possible? I don't know, but we're gonna see. Because it'd be like these crazy ideas. Like, you gonna make a what? You know, and so then like I make it, I be like, that is not right. And I mess it up. And when you mess it up, I just come back to it. I be like, oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta fix it like this. You know what I'm saying? And so it could be anything. Like, I got that Canon Ivy and I was like, I really want something that shows off a little picture, you know, and I've had this Ivy, this little printer for 4 months now, 6 months. And I was like, I really want to use it. And I was like, oh my God, what if I just like had a camera and it was like shooting the picture out, you know? So it just really, I don't know where it comes from. It's literally like the creative spirit when I came up with those mini liquor bottle holders. And, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. Somebody probably had like a piece of paper that was holding a water bottle or something together. And I was like, how can I do this? And I went to sleep and it was like, yo, get up, put some liquor in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it a liquor bottle. So it really just depends. I like to kind of think outside the box, and I hope that my ideas are a little bit outside of the box and not necessarily, like I said, they're probably a spin on something. But my creative process is do the most. If I'm making a chip bag, I don't like to just add a font in a picture. I'm like, yo, what else can we add? And every time when I'm making something, I say to myself, like, what's an additional element you can add to this that you haven't done before? Right. If that makes sense. Like, if I'm using Photoshop or Illustrator, I'm like, you know, the 3D stuff is cool now. Like, you got to teach yourself that, Alicia. And so I teach myself. Like, I figure it out. I go to YouTube. Those times I will look at a YouTube video or I'll read about it. Like, I'll do a quick little skim and I'll be like, all right, you need to learn how to make 3D stuff. You need to learn how to add, like, somebody like it's sports time. My son plays football. I need to learn how to add backgrounds and presets so that he pops out like a sports photography photo. You know what I'm saying? So it just really just depends on what's going on, what I'm feeling. And if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to do it. Period. You could trust that. You could tell me. And I think that's a lot of the reasons why I don't want to do sponsored content anymore, because it really sent me down a hole of I couldn't think. I couldn't get into that creative space. Like, I felt very stifled. I felt very closed off. I felt very obligated. And I like to move when I want to move. Yeah.
Took the fun out of it for you.
It did. It does. It definitely does.
I really get that.
Yeah. It's hard, and it's hard work. It's not easy. I mean, when you've had something that you thought was really good and you see everybody else's stuff, you're like, ooh, or that you send it to somebody and they're like, that's not good enough, redo it. You know, that takes a lot out of you. That can make you not want to do stuff anymore, you know? So I would suggest, like for me, going through that process, it's like, okay, let me really build myself up and build my skills and my talent up and really know what I'm doing. So if somebody ever asked me in 2 years, like, make this, I'd be like, oh, that's easy. I do that in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a problem. I can go and make something for you with that. I can make a bomb video because I know how to do this. I know how I'm good at this. Yeah.
So when our timing is the same. See, my fault. I keep chopping you off. You said sponsored content, and you was like you leaving away from it. Excuse me. Is that because of a lot of different rules that they're also putting in play that's making it even more impossible, or is it just the contractual part of it?
I can't say really. It's been some time since I've had some sponsored content. Since I've gotten things that are gifted, my obligations have been a little different, you know, and I would recommend also, like, if you're getting free product, like, you really examine, is this something that you want to post about? Is it something that you know you're going to feel like you want to make content about in the next 7 to 10 days once you receive it? But with sponsored content for me, I haven't really done any since I took my last break, which was 2021, the end of 2021. I was on like a design team, which is basically where you have to make 2 projects a month for a brand. You know, you get paid for that. You have to do, I was getting like brand deals and stuff, and it's a lot of work. So it's a time frame contractually. It's a tight time frame sometimes, right? Like, you might not, you could fall sick. You might not feel like getting up on Wednesday and making content. You feel me? Like, you might just want to take a vacation or something. You might not want to have those obligations. You don't know how life is going to life. And then it's like, sometimes you have to evaluate, like, is the money worth it for you? Because for me, like I said, it really took away my creativity, because you have to tell them, the brands, a lot of times what you're going to make in advance and get approved for that. And even if they come to you, like, they still want to know, what are you going to make, you know, and, or if you make it, they still need to approve that it's up to par what they want. So that's a big stressor for me. And I encourage people, like, if they do want to do sponsored content, like, go for it. If you feel like, if you're confident in your work and you really know, like, it's quality and it can stand up, and also you are okay with hearing criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more influencers and content creators and stuff out here that are coming with that same stance as you. What do you?
I think we're moving away from it.
What do you think are some of the things that the companies can do to help them, help you help them type? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like the idea of UGC a lot, because it's user-generated content, right? Like, it gives people the freedom to go to the store, pick up some glue, make something, tag somebody, and they say, I really love this content. Can I use it? You know what I'm saying? Because you never at one time told me, go pick up this glue and make this specifically. Now, the only problem with that is you are one of 1,000 people who pick up that glue, right? So you have to stand out, and you also have to hope that that brand is looking for something like that in the meantime. And you need to know how much you want to get paid. But as far as like sponsored content, I think that they could utilize more people and not the same people over and over again. Like, give people a chance. I think that they could also maybe utilize some training and some support behind the scenes, right? Like, obviously you've reached out to somebody to do content because you like what you saw, or you appreciated their engagement, or maybe they pitched you. I don't know what the case may be, right? Like, maybe I pitched a brand and the brand was like, yeah, let's go for it. But I think that a little bit of support behind the scenes, like, right now I have some deliverables due, and I feel a little stuck because I don't know all the time necessarily what they're looking for, you know, and they don't want to guide you and tell you exactly what it is, because they want your voice to come out, and you should know and have a relationship, or at least be aware of the brand and what they're looking for. But a little bit of coaching, should you not meet that standard, would be helpful, right? So that was one of the cool things about being on design team. It's not a sponsored post. You're more so like making stuff for the brand. Like, every post that they make is actually made by somebody who's on the team. It's like a collaboration thing. But so if they were like, oh, this is not meeting our standards, they would tell you, like, hey, maybe you should pull the camera back, or hey, use more of this color. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, instead of really leaving you out in the wild for you to figure it out on your own. And then just being more clear, really and truly, on what they want, like giving examples maybe of the work you've done on your page, to say, we like this one. I like when brands do that. They're like, we like what you did here. Can you do something like that for us? We like this voiceover. So then, you know, you're not like, should I add music? You know, is it okay to be myself? Is it okay to add my voice on this? You know what I'm saying? Like, give me that clarity in front. And also, that's on you too, to ask those questions.
Right.
But I think one of the great things would be to use more people that are like different people, because sometimes we see the same people doing the sponsored content, and it becomes mundane, and it doesn't generate that creativity and really showcase the product in different ways.
Period. Like when you mentioned HTV Run, I shout out HTV Run because I do use their vinyl often. Like, I like HTV Run. now I want to go grab all these weeders because they give you a weeder with all the vinyl. But
yes,
the thing like I like about HTV Runt though, HTV Runt and Cricket, they love their people.
They do. They do. And I will say, I think Cricket does a good thing of like diversifying their creators, you know, but because they've gone to a lot of the UGC, right? Like it's just those 10 people that are their creators and whoever, how many that they have making content for them, which all give us a different spice. Like you could tell every month or every 2 weeks or whatever it is, they tell them go do an upcycle project and everybody does something different, you know, so that gives us a little spice. HTV aren't the same, but you know, Cricket has really gotten away from the time when they would go and just say, hey, we love this, do you mind if we use it on our page? Like they don't do that so much anymore, which is a good and a bad, I think, because still people want to see other people's stuff, like beginner and amateur stuff, but they have a Facebook group for that you can go and utilize. And HTV Ron also does a good job, like you said, of showing us projects from different people, you know, but I just hope that those people get paid.
Right.
That's it.
I like HTV Ron. I do use
yes.
a few of them right there. That's
they're like,
that's love.
A few of them. So
those are nice. Those are real nice.
They are. They're good weeders. I love them. So
those are real nice.
A few of them that are just handy right here.
I'll have to give you some contact information. When we get off, email me.
Yes, I sure will because they need to highlight us. I speak highly of them on this show.
Yeah, email me.
HTV Ron, holla at your cousin Seak. You know. But
just email me and I'll give you some information.
Right on, I will. Thank you. So crafting, like I just told Mike Tees this today that I'm getting to the point where I enjoy, or today or yesterday or something, but I enjoy crafting more than I like making t-shirts. And that's the first time I ever told it to the world. I do a lot of crafts. I just don't record it. Like shoes, trays and cups and like I said.
Are you doing like resin stuff or what are you doing?
Resin stuff, all the stuff. Yeah, I just ordered a mug press just a couple hours ago. Custom glitter. I can make glitter Air Maxes and all type of stuff. Like that part is fun to me because it's time consuming. It helps to pass time, you know. And I can make a t-shirt, like press on something. It's cool, but I feel like when you're crafting, you get to create your project from scratch. Like there's really
you're really in it.
Yeah,
like you're in it. Yeah.
So I feel like I'm trying to convince my wife to do a dual crafting show with me because, like, in this room, I got like a whole t-shirt crafting business stuff right here. My wife has a whole nail shop in the dining room. Like, when I say nail shop, I mean literally a nail shop in the dining room.
Yeah, she can sell some press-ons at the craft show that y'all do. Y'all can have a whole. And the thing is, apparel, you be apparel and accessories. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love some good accessories. We love some keychains. We love some fingernails. We love some shoes. We love some mugs. All that stuff. All that stuff. Especially when it's personalized and lets us show off ourselves a little bit, and a little bling can't stop me now. Yeah.
Period. Yeah. My wife is. So, like I said that to say, like crafting and t-shirts, they basically go hand in hand, but they are so different. Like it's
a lot of people who hate shirts, but they love the craft.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yep.
So I guess I'm somewhere stuck in the middle. I mean, I try my hand at crafts. I don't be opposed to crafts. I just love seeing that blank canvas turn into something wonderful. You know?
And I don't want to say crafts, I guess different mediums, right? Because making shirts is still a craft, right? But there's just different mediums, you know, because I don't want the t-shirt people to get mad at me. You don't talk about my craft. My bad. All right, I see you out there crafting, girl. You know, I designed this, I cut this, I prep. My bad. You know what I'm saying? So let's not discount the t-shirt people because it is a craft. Making an SVG is not for the weak. But you know, there's just different mediums, and like you said, some people fall in love with that designer part. Like they like, I love to design, man. Like I can lose myself in the design process, and that's me. I could lose myself designing. I can be designing and look up it 6 hours later and I still ain't finished the SVG because I'm like, what about this and what about that? And I still haven't finished my chip bag. You know, that's ridiculous. Chip bags cost $3. Why are you spending 6 hours designing a chip bag? You know, but like that's just where my joy comes in with the designing part. And but then you can have like, I don't want to, that design can sit on my computer for years and never be seen because that's just the part that I enjoyed. I don't want to print it. I don't want to press it. I don't want to weed it. I don't want to, do all that extra stuff with it. But I just loved making it. So that's where digital stuff comes in. Now you got digital designs. You got SVGs for people to buy. But then you have people who like, I don't want to design not a daggone thing. I want to cut it, weed it, press it. And that's their craft. And that's just fine, right? Then you got the people who like, I don't want to touch no HTV at all. I just want to straight up go and get my bling and sit in front of the TV and I want to bling my sneakers.
Yep.
Right.
And that's their craft. And you got people who say, I don't want to do none of that. I want to just cut paper all day long and get some glue or bind up paper and make notebooks. And that's their craft, so everybody can fall with something different. But I do agree with you, the shirts. And when you start mug pressing, it's going to take you the same amount of time. You're not going to lose yourself in that. You're going to be like press, But some people lose themselves in the monotony of it. Who knows? Everything ain't for everybody. And that's why I love that crafting can be so diverse. You can do so much with it. And you can have a good time. And if you want to do it all, boo-boo. Do it all. Have fun with it.
It's a great stress reliever, the crafts, period. I mean,
or it can stress you out.
Or it can stress you out.
Yeah, real talk.
I got an example. I could do a shirt in like 5 seconds, but I was rhinestoning some shoes, and I'm like, man, this is longer than I thought it was gonna be.
I know.
A couple hours go by, and I only got this far. I'm like, man.
And you thought you were gonna go quick, and now you still sitting there at that same spot. Yeah. So you gotta find your craft.
But that comes with tying that rhinestone and shit. I can't stand it. Like to sit there. But then my wife, she does all the rhinestones on her nails, or I was rhinestoning, doing some rhinestones on shirts and shoes, and she just hella quick with it. It just comes with.
But she also loses herself in it too, I bet, because now she just like, she just going, and I think it comes with time too when people bling, because like the blingers on Saturday. I'm like, dang, y'all finished with the keychain already. I'd probably still be making that first line, but they really lose themselves in it, and they grow and they learn, and they just zooming. Just like how you got with your t-shirt. Because the first time you made a shirt, I'm sure it didn't take 5 seconds. Because I was like, what? You what? And you where? And you how? And I gotta go how far down on the shirt, and I gotta fold it in half, and I gotta press it. I gotta get I gotta do all this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it ain't take 5 seconds that first time. Believe me, I know it didn't. Yeah.
Period. Let me read this comment. T-Town said, I for sure don't do crafts, but if someone asks, I can do it. I can do it. I'll make it happen if I can, period.
Yeah, and that's the good thing. And that's how you learn new stuff too. Like if somebody asks you, like, can you do this? Sometimes we gotta know when to say no, though. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got, because I done messed a few folks stuff up saying yes to everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But sometimes you gotta know your limits. But if it's something you like, you know what? I can back up into that. And I know how they did that. Or you know how to use your resources properly. Yes, there's a lot of things we can do and we can make happen. But I have made some definite craft fails out here telling people I could do something. And I couldn't. I'm like, girl, you should have told them people sweating. That's what I'm talking about, the stress part. We be sweating. You be like, oh no. Right. So I tell these people I can make this. Oh my
God. Right. Man, I trust. I just went through it. I don't even want you.
No, that joint hurt. When you think back, you be like, And somebody ever ask you again, you be like, nah, I don't do that. Right. Nah, I don't do that.
Right. So if you could pick one craft to be your favorite, hold on before we get to that, we can respond to this.
Yeah.
Kind of hard. Party favors and designing and assembly is so relaxing. That it is.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's something about wrapping up that stuff, folding it, putting it in the package, and getting it out the door. Yes, and
Shout out to
designing.
Connie. She actually she sent my daughter some party favors for her graduation a couple years.
Who was that?
Connie Hard.
Okay, hey boo.
Yeah.
So
she's pretty dope with the crafting stuff too.
Awesome. Send me a DM so I can know it's you. Alicia does the most. Look, since I got a new Instagram now.
So if you had to just pick one craft, I know you say you do the most, and a lot of it you don't stay consistent with. Which one would it be?
Well, I am not consistent because I do too much, right? And I think that's one of the fails where, like, I wish I could focus and just do one craft and be like, this is it. My thing that I love doing the most is designing. I love to design something. I love to use Photoshop. I love to use Illustrator. So I would say that's a craft because graphic designers, y'all are crafty. Y'all have to craft. My actual like physical thing that I love to do the most, like where I could put my hands on it. I would say paper crafting, which is funny because I don't do a lot of it, right? Because in my mind, I want to be this super duper amazing paper crafter, and I love to see people do it. It looks amazing to me. It's like, wow, that's crazy. So I can design all this stuff, but when I go to do it, I'm like, what is happening here? It's very meticulous. It's very involved, and it's very overwhelming if you don't know how to if you don't have the right tools. And so,
can you break that down before you move on?
Yeah.
What you mean by paper crafts?
Yeah. So when I say paper craft, I guess in my mind, I would be out here making cards. I would make cards all day long, and I would just go around throwing cards to people. And when I'm talking about cards, I'm talking about cards that are like 3D effects and shakers and cutouts and stamps and inks and all. Like, I would just have a full craft room, this whole space of nothing but paper craft card supplies. I would be in here embossing and die cutting and stenciling. I don't know how to do none of that shit.
That's actually what Connie Hart does. She actually has a washing machine and all of that.
Yes, I would be doing that all day long. I would be making banners. I would be making like everything. And like, can I do it? Yes. If I really sat still, have I done it? Yes. But do I do it consistent enough to where I'm like, I'm doing this, I'm cranking out cards, I love this? Absolutely not. You know, so I would love to get into a place where I am so calm and everything is taken care of that I can just sit down and make cards for no reason, like just making a card, you know. But when you have things pulling you, that's the difference, like hustle, hobby, business, right? When you have things pulling you, you can't necessarily do the hobby stuff. And you know, you want to build it up. So I have to start making cards to make it a business. I don't have the time really to sit still and do that when other things require my attention. So that would be my favorite thing. I would be in here stamping, dyeing, everything, y'all. I love it. I love to watch it. That is something I will watch all day long. I will watch people make cards. I will watch it on Instagram. That is something I could watch on YouTube. I could watch that on TikTok. Any other crafting, I probably will just scroll past it. But if you're gluing some paper together or making a cake topper, I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. And they got the tape and they got the glue and they got I got to get to the store. That's what drives me to Michael's. Yeah.
I feel it.
Yep.
Yes, it's a dope thing. Like to just
it's
see
very neat.
To just the end results of like you just had this nothing and you made something real dope. Like that's the best
crazy
part.
Yeah. And I think maybe that's why I'm so like enthralled with it, because I don't know how to do it. Does that make sense? Like because I know how to make shirts. Like, okay, we got puffy vinyl now. We got glow in the dark now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had this stuff. Like, it's cool now. Oh, we making tumblers. All right, we got UV DTF. Okay, y'all got stickers. You know, and I like to make, you know, like stickers and stuff. But I think the things that I don't know interest me the most, and I would love to do the most because it's like a challenge or something new to learn. You know? Right. Yeah.
Right.
UVDTF is taking over.
I told my mom, said we need to get one of them machines. But the thing that I'm worried about is then what happens when it's not? You
Right.
know, what happens when it's not trending? Now I'm stuck with this machine, and I'm like, come on, man. But I will tell you the other thing that I do love is I love my glow forge. I love my glow forge.
What type of projects you doing with that?
I did everything. I loved cutting acrylic. Like that was my jam. Anything acrylic that I could cut, any idea I had, I love that thing. I would buy another laser cutter in a heartbeat. So that's what's next on the list is another laser cutter. Yeah.
Which one do you have? The big one or the
No,
large?
I had the medium one.
Okay.
So not the pro, but the plus. Yep. I think that's the one I had.
I pass it when I go to Joann's. I'm always looking at it like, man, that'd be nice one day.
Yeah, I never had the Aura is new, so I didn't have that, but I had the middle glow forge. Yeah, before the price hike went up. So I had mine during pandemic time frame. Yeah. But yeah, but again, that's a lot of designing. So it was like seeing your designs come to life. And I think that's the cool thing about card making, about party favors, about the glow forge. You get to see your designs come to life for real. Yeah. Yep.
The glow forge. So what are some of the pros and cons of having a glow forge?
So I only had a glow forge, so I can't speak to like the other machines, but it seems like the other lasers, people really enjoy them as well, right? Mine could cut up to about 24 inches, so I didn't have like a pass through where I could go larger. But I'd say the benefits are the money you can make. It's a huge money maker, y'all. Like if you want to cut some acrylic and wood and make personalized pieces for people, that's a huge money maker. People are always looking for acrylic blanks, acrylic cuts. They want signs, they want name signs, they want everything acrylic. It's trendy, right? You know, and wood stuff is also trendy. Now it's a benefit to have that in your house. You don't have to buy it from somebody else. You can make your own, literally just walk in the room and make it. It can stink sometimes. Like my whole house will smell like a nail shop. I know you probably know that scent, you know. Because you're cutting, you're cutting acrylic, you know, and acrylic, like when you get acrylic nails pressed on in your house. So you will need to vent it well. But also it was just a lot of fun. It does some very unique things with the cuts that you can make, the things you can cut out. So I just had a good time with the machine. I would get a bigger machine at this point, like an industrial one next. Yeah.
Brian's got a good question. If you stop taking partnerships from companies, do you have to return any of the equipment they want?
I haven't yet. I've given some of the stuff away. I haven't yet. Nope, it's mine. It's mine. And that once it crossed that door, it's Alicia's. It's Alicia's to do what she want with it. It's mine to talk bad about it. It's mine. You know, talk good about it. I give you the true, honest review. It's mine. Yep. And it's free. So, you know, at that point, and really, y'all, we got to think about it. This stuff might cost a lot of money on the shelf. It don't cost that much money for these brands to make this stuff. So, you know, when they send it to us, like, I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. But I'm going to use it. I'm going to get my honest review. And if it's something I'll never use again, no. Because, I mean, they're not going to come get it from you anyway. You're good. Yep. So, if it's somebody you want to talk to about getting some product, ask them. Yeah. Ask them. I started out asking people, and they didn't hear me at first. But once you grow, or you know, maybe they'll hear you. Once I grow, they ain't had no choice but to say, "Oh, can we send this to you?"
Right.
That's brand exposure just by you using it on your page. You know.
Yeah, they make you're making money for them, and make sure you guys sign up for affiliate income and stuff like that. If you're talking about stuff, like get on those affiliate sites so you can make money, because that's one of the big things where I failed over the years and lost money. I would give out so many links and things to different stuff, and there was never an affiliate link. You know what I'm saying? Even if those affiliate links are pennies, like if you got 100 people buying something for a penny, you got $1. Like, you know, so just keep throwing out those sign up for your affiliate links, especially if it's something that you use all the time. You love HTV Ron. Why are you not an affiliate for them? I hope you are.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I just talk to them on here, like.
Well, then every time you talk to them here, you should be dropping a link, and you could be making money because you done talked about it, and people want to see them tools, and they want to know what this heat press is you talking about. And I mean, that might not be y'all end game, you know what I'm saying? But that people are looking at you now for guidance because you are the pro at this. Yeah.
Oh no, we coming for the sponsors, so y'all be ready to get the proposals
Yeah.
right now.
And when you make affiliate money, they start being like, oh my God, who's this man making all this money for us? You know what I'm saying? And they like, shoot, let me get in touch with him. Because like Glowforge emailed me yesterday, y'all haven't had a Glowforge for 2 years. They were like, you still in the top 6% of referrals.
Wow.
What? You know how much money I made referring people off Glowforges? It's crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of affiliate links, there's a bunch of them down there in that description. Y'all go check them out right there.
There you go.
While we at it.
One time. Y'all drop some hearts in the comment section. Alicia's been dropping gems. Straight gems.
Rachel said, when I get my 5K, I will be asking them for stuff.
Why are you waiting for 5K?
Wait for 5K.
Yeah, right? Why are you waiting for 5K? Yeah.
It's people out there that gonna come at you right now. Just based off of your consistency. The 5K don't matter.
Yep. And just remember, even like some of the time you might hear no, that don't mean it's a forever no. Yeah.
And that's my thing. Like, the worst thing anybody can do is tell me no.
Yeah, I know. And if they tell me no, I'm talking to the wrong person. Move around. Move out the way. What we also say, move out the way. I'm not moving now. Our girls, we all need space. Move out the way. I'm telling you. Yep.
Yeah, don't wait for that 5K. Just put it out there.
Yeah, and start doing it. And then that helps you to get into the habit of trying for it. You know what I'm saying? And then you just, girl, keep going. Like, just keep trying. Just keep doing it. Keep going. Don't wait for 5K. We can't always wait for once I get this, once I get that, because by then you might miss the moment.
Also, like some of these companies, they fail to realize, man, we're the prize. At the end of the day, y'all might be the company, but we're the prize because this content's gonna live forever.
Evergreen content. And it's so interesting you talk about content because content is like evergreen, right? Yeah. And even the smaller influencers, like the smaller content creators, people listen to y'all more than they listen to the content creators with 200,000, 20,000, 100,000 because they have a very good relationship with you. There's a lot of trust there, you know? So emphasize that. Your engagement is probably higher than people who have 50,000 followers. But like evergreen content is so important. And, you know, for the people who are out here who are, I don't know if y'all make like guides or if y'all make ebooks or anything, or if anybody on here wants to do something, like my friends always like, make that ebook. And I'd be like, whatever. And she said that to me and I made that ebook. And I'm going to tell you something, those ebooks live forever. On your website, right? And people now, like when they see me making content, they're like, is this in your book? I need to get your book. And you're like, dang, that book just living, you know? And I sold that book. I posted that book. Like I said, we need to post something 7 times, right? I dropped that book once. I didn't think no more about it, you know? And now because I have already made this book, I can tell people every time, like I make a t-shirt and grab this book that I made a year ago.
Right.
So now you got like residual money coming in. Even if one person buy a book from you, once you drop that content, that's $9 to $50 you didn't have that day.
Right.
So make that content, make those ebooks, make those guides, make those infographics, make those downloads, make those SVGs, make that stuff, make that class.
Period.
People want to hear from you and people want to buy it, and tell them about it 7 times. Stay in their face.
So you have a course and a class. Where can we go see your course and your class?
That's all at shop.craftsofadifferentshade.com. So shop.craftsofadifferentshade.com. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize to you again. You turned up though, like hey.
He thought he had a dud on the show, y'all. I turned on at 7. I'm gonna turn off when we press done.
I said, no, she can't come. You got everybody that watches, y'all know I be bullying people and stuff sometimes. Like she wasn't going for it. She came here and turned up. Appreciate you again, sis.
No problem.
Yeah, so that shit's funny though, cause you made me. I ate mine today. I swear for God.
And I do that often. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna show up. Don't worry about me. I got this. Everybody be like, oh no, you ain't gonna pull through. I got you.
So
I'm coming. Don't worry.
Can I ask how many different courses that you have?
Oh, right now, so I just made a lot of them available. I have like Illustrator SVG, Inkscape SVG. I have our t-shirt guide. So it's really about drop shipping. If you want to learn how to make a business, start a t-shirt business with $25. So that's really about drop shipping. I have a t-shirt printing guide that goes over all the different kind of ways you can t-shirt print. It's just like an overview, not so much in depth. I'm going to work on something more in depth for DTF and sublimation here in the next couple of weeks, because those are really popular right now. And then I have a Cricut guide, which is going to get updated. So if you buy it, you will get updates to these items as well. And some other stuff on there. But those are my biggest ones, especially that t-shirt printing for $25. Oh, and there's a Canva class. A Canva class. Because I told you I like designing a lot.
Yeah,
me too. How you feeling about this AI?
I hate it, but I gotta learn it. But I hate it. I'm terrified. I'm scary. I'm an old person, so I'm scary. It takes a lot for me to get with the times.
I don't know who said it to us. I can't remember the person. Hopefully if they watch this, I'm giving credit to you who said this. It's like Google, when Google was first introduced.
Yes, it's like Google. It's like when people said we got to get cell phones. Old people was like, why we need all that stuff? And I don't want to get on the Googles, now you want the Googles for everything, and so I don't have a choice. There's no, you just don't have a choice. You got to get with or get left behind. So which one is it going to be for you, And so far I've been left behind, to be honest about that, because I just haven't sat still with it. But I like what it can do is scary, but I like what it can do.
Yeah, I've been telling people that from the jump, like it's either get with it or get left behind. I've been saying that from day one, like it's a gift and a curse in some ways.
But I mean, that's what technology is, a gift and a curse for us. You know what I'm saying? Think about like how social media has evolved so much, right? And when it first started, we literally had a picture and there was no videos on Instagram. There was no carousel, there was no tagging. Y'all remember when DMs came out, or when people could see what the other person liked, in the Explore page, so much stuff has changed over time. But again, get with it or get left behind. And if you want to be left behind, then just know that part of technology is not for you. Like, you're not going to tap into that. So there may be a race for something that you're not a part of. It's like people saying get with Bitcoin or get with something, to make money. And some people just didn't hop on board. Everything is for everybody. But for the ones who want to get part of it, be a part of it, they need to get a part of it. And I feel for me, I've been fighting it, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, I've been fighting it. But seeing these little AI images on these notebooks that people making money off of in my Facebook group, I'm like, look at here. I'm about to go make some notebooks and get my true bind out, and y'all gonna see me coiling some notebooks and making some money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it. Like, I put them little images on some UV DTF transfers on some tumblers.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, I was literally working with some images with the AI images before we got on here.
It's amazing.
It is.
And how it can do like the generative text, I think also like there's more to it than just images. I think people need to recognize like copywriting and what AI can do for you with copywriting, right? Like, you don't like to make an Instagram caption. AI can do that for you. You don't like to write a caption. You don't like to write the copy for your Etsy listing. It can do that for you. You need copy for your Shopify listing. They can do that for you. You need to write a book. AI can do that for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, there is some fact checking that you're going to have to do, but the tools are there for you to get started when you're in that space, or you're not like a writer, or just so many different things you can do within AI that extend beyond the image generation.
Right. I've done all the above.
Yeah, I love that. And I need to get with it to do some copywriting and some story writing and stuff like that. Yeah, because next thing you know, you've got this Amazon KDP, you got people publishing books and stuff. You go write a whole book.
I just wrote one with ChatGPT the other day, 15 chapters in like 10 minutes.
That's crazy. That's freaking crazy. When are you
do?
going to write?
Yeah, to explain that, Seak.
You just tell it. So I wanted to write about how to press a vinyl t-shirt. And
Don't start me now. What?
yeah, so I'll say how to press a vinyl t-shirt. Give me synopsis and chapters. It writes about 1 to 2 chapters per, and then because of length restrictions, write it out. Boom. So I do 2 chapters.
And come back.
All right, now write chapter 3 and 4. Boom, right? Chapter 5 and 6, right? 7 and 8, whatever, boom. But it'll actually do your outline. So it'll tell you, what each chapter is, how many chapters. And then so now write chapter 1 and 2. And you just repeat that till you get to the end. And then write a conclusion. Boom. Then you got the book. So I just took it, copied it, pasted it into Word. And then now I'm in Word. I'm editing, taking out what I want, putting in what I want, putting the word, rewording stuff so it sounds more like me versus the AI.
Yeah, the robot.
Damn, it's straight like that.
That's good. That's good stuff. So I'm gonna look into it then, especially because like we talked about ebooks or even it was something blog writing, instructionals, things like that you want to help people with. Those kind of tools are very helpful, and put in your voice, add those things that they're missing because it's not all inclusive. There's going to be some stuff, just from pure knowledge that the robot is not going to know. But I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. It's so many. There's really no limit to what you can do for the most part with it. You can do whatever.
That's pretty cool.
Like I use it a lot to write descriptions for when I post t-shirts and stuff to my website, all the stuff.
Yeah. And I think that's such a huge help because we struggle with that selling aspect sometimes of the description instead of just saying, get this shirt, 6 ounce, by your size. Like now you got persuasive selling in your caption. And then also that helps with your SEO, right? For your listing. So it pulls it up when people Google something on the Googles, so all this stuff ties together.
Right.
Wow. Can I get that website one more time? It's shops of a different shades.
It's shop.craftsofadifferentshade.com.
King Butcher with everything. My fault.
It's okay.
At least he knew your name this time.
That hurt. See.
But he said your name right. Just know he's
okay. Good. Glad to know.
You
gotta get our names right. You gotta get our names right. Say them, spell them, pronounce them right. Everything.
Yeah, you were one of very few. I swear for God.
Hey, look. I don't know what it is. I see a lot of different things.
So then that's interesting. You like the network if you can't do names right.
Yeah.
Y'all in their face calling on the wrong stuff. It happens. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know. I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay. All right. So it's not intentional.
You know what I'm saying? Something short. We can rock with that. But if not, I'm going to get ready to tear something up.
Oh, my gosh. All right. As long as it's not maliciously intentional. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, he really does network. And he'd be like, hey, Alicia. How you doing, Alicia? It's Alicia.
He tries.
Yeah.
He tries.
Nah, he don't mean no harm.
Exactly.
I just like messing with him, man. He like a little brother, little baby brother. So
here we go.
That's a good relationship.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was just grandpa though, so I don't know.
With grandpa, baby brother. I paid $25 a piece for them chairs. What is you doing?
You gotta remind your kids.
Oh my gosh.
So how you gonna straddle that chair? I paid $25 a piece for them chairs.
Oh my goodness. Somebody daddy.
Yeah, true story, man. That's my boy, man. He be sounding like some father from the 1970s sometimes. I said, I don't even know your dad, but right now you sound just like him.
That's too funny.
I be rolling. That shit funny.
That's hilarious.
So, Alicia, tell us, before we wrap this up, just tell us something that you feel is important for crafters and t-shirt makers and all the people alike. Some words of wisdom.
Oh, what else do I have? Do It Afraid. That's really why I founded my platform on Do It Afraid. So I'll leave y'all with that. I started with Do It Afraid because there's so much fear that can like take over you when you want to start something. You see everybody else doing it, or you're just not sure if you can do it. So Do It Afraid, until you can do it bold. And I'm entering into my bold season. I'm moving out of fear, but if that's where you have to start, please do it afraid, and then next thing you'll be doing it. And you'll, like you said, you'll be pressing a shirt in 5 seconds. You'll be doing it so confidently that you can't even remember the time when you were afraid to touch that heat press. And also open your shit, please. Like, you got stuff in your craft room that could make you money or that could bring you joy. Open it and use it. Yeah. Okay? And I'm talking to myself too with that tumbler press upstairs. Open it and use it.
Real talk, like, and you talking to me too.
Because one thing we're good at is buying stuff. The next thing we're not so good at is using it. Okay? Yep. Use it if you bought it for that, and then stop buying everything. If you buy it, use it for that project you bought it for, and don't let it sit, because stuff has a shelf life. It can go bad. Paper goes bad. Vinyl goes bad. Paint goes bad. All that stuff goes bad. So let's use the stuff we have. Let's open it. If we buy it, let's use it intentionally. And then let's make sure we make money off of it if that's your goal. And if not, make sure it brings you some joy. If you want to do a hobby or whatever. And then, and do it afraid. Just seriously, just start until we can do it bold together, y'all. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Like, my DMs are always open. I do go to sleep, but I'm here to help.
Period. So I want to say, when he bring this back up to the thing back up, I bought this button maker. Oh my!
And now you're gonna use it, right?
You gonna use it?
I bought it in Black Friday in 2020. I ain't made a button yet.
So I will tell you that Shondell and I, it was very close. So you have a good intent. What did I say about good intentions? They paved the way to hell, right? Good intentions paved the way to hell. So you had good intentions to use this button press that you spend money on, which is paving your way to hell, because now you don't wasting money. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to go on my stories. Okay, because my stories just today, I posted about that daggone button press. I love that button press. I've got so many upstairs because American Crafts donated them to us for the meeting, and so for the event, so I was able to give a lot away. I'm going to give some more away, and I love to use it now that I know how to use it. It's very easy. The great thing about that button press, and this is a shameless plug because I tell you, I'll give y'all the honest review. When I had the first one, I was like, what the hell? This shit is hard. No, it's very easy. When you do it correctly, the lever comes down. You make buttons real fast. You just need to set up your stuff properly. I made some buttons at the event. I made some stuff last week. I love it now. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to have in a craft room. And the great thing about that button press is you don't have to buy a different button press for each size.
Right.
It has the inserts work with that same button press. So you just need to buy different inserts. Like, you can make hearts. You can make paper clips. They came out with oval today. So just go on my story. Shondell and I did a live a couple weeks ago on crafting and chatting where I walk people through how to make them. Very easy. You'll be a button pressing fool.
I'm going to check it out.
Yep.
I'm going to check it out.
So I'm glad you did that, because everybody has something in that craft room staring at them in the face. It's just looking at you.
That's just one thing. Don't even.
I don't need to. I already know. I've been in the game a long time.
I just put it this way. My wife says I have a sweatshop in every corner of my house. So I just put it this way.
Yeah.
Connie Hart said, send me that button press. I can't do it. You see how close it was? So that shows you I'm getting closer.
Getting closer. Getting closer.
It was just in arm's reach. So we almost there,
Getting closer. Good intentions. Good intentions. Good intentions. Good intentions.
Real Rice said, stop it, Seak.
That is
I do.
funny.
Rachel says, I love that phrase. Do
it afraid.
Yeah,
Yes. Do it afraid.
It's like them was some real gems.
Yeah, anytime. I'm like I'll drop gems. I do. Sometimes I need to listen to myself too. So just know, you're not alone in this. Yeah, you're not alone in this. Yep. Yep.
So shout out your socials and all the stuff one more time.
Sure. Since it's a little confusing, on Facebook, it is a Facebook group called Crafts of a Different Shade. That's where you'll find me a lot of the times. On Instagram and TikTok, it's Alicia Does the Most. And on YouTube, I'm Crafts of a Different Shade. So there's some kind of changing over with the name there, but you can find me everywhere but TikTok and Instagram with Crafts of a Different Shade. And on TikTok and Instagram, it's Alicia Does the Most. So, but also if you just search my name, you'll find me Alicia Desiree. Mm-hmm.
Right on. Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Oh yeah.
Thank y'all.
Next week we got Vibrant Vibes Inc. Chanel Michaels. You guys tap in. The show is actually going to be a little bit earlier, so I think it's airing at like 4 Eastern, 2, or I might be messing. I'm butchering that all up. It's 2 hours earlier though than when it's supposed to be. Okay, y'all.
Don't you got a special announcement for that one though?
Yeah, we're gonna wait and do something. We're gonna put something else out. I don't want to just blurt it out.
So I got something for y'all. You want to give away a button press?
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely.
Sure would.
It's funny you say that because I have something to give away. So look, it was good. It was staring you in the face. So I guess pick a winner. Yeah, pick a winner out of the comments or something. However y'all want to do it, and then y'all can just DM me the address.
Okay. I don't know how you want to do it though.
It's up to y'all. I'm on y'all show. Y'all running.
Do we spin the wheel?
Yeah, why don't you take a list of everybody that was commenting today, and then pick a random name? I guess I'm just giving ideas.
Yeah,
y'all want to do that?
We can do it.
We greatly appreciate that too.
Everybody in the comments today, you are eligible to win the button press, courtesy of Alicia Does the Most.
So make sure you follow all of us and all that.
Yeah. Hit that follow button if you haven't been here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. We're here every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, all the stuff. So follow on all the socials. You see all the handles on the screen, and we got you in there.
And I guess if you have, how will you find them? Do you know everybody that was in the comments?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, awesome.
We can go back and see too.
Awesome. Oh, because their YouTube name and stuff. Okay, great. Awesome.
Said, send it to me.
So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned something special is happening next week. So look, something special can happen tonight too. There we go.
I know. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate that.
No problem. Good luck to everybody. Good luck. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh yeah.
Yes, anytime. Yeah, I ain't gonna ever doubt you. Yeah. I bow down in your presence right now.
Bow.
All right, so we gonna see we gonna let y'all know who won. We gonna have it. You'll see it. It'll be a video, so nobody feel cheated and all the stuff. But we appreciate y'all.
Yes, indeed. Thank y'all so much.
See y'all next week.
All right. See you next week. Have a good night, y'all.